Hey everybody, Chad here from CNR Reviews. I'm going to show you how to basically take away the bolt hold mechanism or actually change it so it's a little bit easier to actually charge the weapon once you load it. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. If you want to hold open the bolt, you have to push down right here, your little button right here. You pull this all the way back, push down on it, and it locks the bolt in. Now if I pull back on this, guess what? Bolt's still locked. I then have to hold this back, push back down on this button. As you can see, it's kind of goofy, and then it releases and lets it go. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to grind down the metal that's actually holding and locking it in place. So that way when I do lock it back, I can just push it back again and it'll charge the weapon. So let's go ahead and take this apart. As far as punches needed and stuff, you can use whatever really to take these out. These pins really aren't in there that hard. Alright, so that's done. So the receiver with the bolt, I'm going to set that aside. And so basically we have the trigger group or the trigger mechanism for the 1022. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be popping out this pin right here, and you're going to be popping out this pin. Now be aware that this bottom pin holds in your mag release, all of this stuff right here. So just be aware of that. Try not to like push it and then start taking other parts apart. If you do that, you're going to have to just have more stuff to put back together. So what you're going to want to do is let's go to remove. It's going to remove the top pin first, and right here, I don't know if you can see that or not. You got a little spring. And what you're going to want to do is you remove, put your finger there, push that pin out, and the spring's going to pop up. So as the spring pops up, you're going to want to bring it all the way up. Go ahead and pull that pin. Pin comes out, and you're going to want to push that spring all the way to the back, just like that. Get that out of the way. Okay, this piece comes up and out. Set that aside, and then now to remove the bolt hold or the bolt lock, you're going to want to remove this bottom pin here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to push the pin out. Actually, we can do it on this side. Push the pin out. You don't have to push it all the way out if you don't want to. Just enough to get to that. And then this pops up and out. So we're going to go and set the trigger grouping aside. Nice and gently, and make sure we don't take apart any other stuff or have anything else pop out. And this is what holds it open. This is what you're going to try to get rid of. Little heart right there. We'll do it on this and see if you can see it better. This little thing. You're going to want to grind that down so that way this is totally flat all the way across. So what I have here is I have a Dremel. You can see a little grinding bit, and it's got the rounded off edge. That way if I have to smooth something out on the sides and stuff, I can do that as well. So let's go ahead and we're going to start grinding away on this and see if we can get this flat. Show you the progress we're making. There you go. You can see we're taking it down. Keep going until that is totally flat and smooth. smooth it out just a little bit more. Alright. Go ahead and feel it for burrs or anything like that on the side, and it feels pretty good. There's maybe a couple pieces. Just hit it real quick. We'll smooth it out. Feel it for burrs. Check if it has anything sticking out, and as you can see, hit this one last time. As you can see, it's pretty flat in there now. So that little heart shape is gone. So let's see if this works. We're going to put everything back together and show you how to do that again. So we have the trigger grouping. And remember, I never actually fully took out that bottom pin. It's still holding in the mag release right here. So what you're going to want to do, let's get this to where we need to be. It's going to drop in like that. So I'm going to drop this in. You might have to pull out that pin because it might be blocking it, and that is the case in this one. So push it in until it goes all the way down inside. Oops, and that pin actually fell out. That's okay. Push that pin back in. Alright, so there you go. That's back in there. Seems like it's pretty smooth. I'm going to have to probably put some oil on it and stuff just to make sure. Let me put this back together though first. Let's see. The top pin, go ahead and get it started and put it in. And remember, the extractor thing goes in there. The extractor bar. And that just has a little hole and that gets pushed in. Now remember, we ended up fully pushing apart the spring. Now this is the bottom of the spring. You're going to want to push it all the way down, and you see the top one pop up. And it's going to sit in a groove. You go and push that down. You can push it down with your fingernail, or you can use a little flathead or something like that. Go and push that pin in all the way across. And that's it. Should be ready to go. It's all put back together, and that's how it should look. All the pins are tight. Make sure that your mag release works. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to install it on the receiver. Very simple installation with the 2 pins. There's the front one, do the back one. Alright, and there we go. It's all ready to be tried out. So remember, you got to pull back, you got to charge the handle, pull back, and there it goes, it locks. Guess what? Still didn't take enough off. So let's try it again. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take it back apart and try it again. You may have to do this a couple times to get that thing fully worn down. So let's do that. Let's take it apart again. Again, it's very easy to do. And you might end up, like I said, having to do this a couple times to make sure. Pull the top pin out first. Put your finger there and make sure you save that. This extractor comes out, and you want to push back that spring all the way. And then remember, again, you have the bottom pin, and we'll pull this back out. And there we go. Let's go ahead and try it again. See if maybe it's just not smooth enough. There's still just a little bit too much of a hump. So let's go ahead and turn this back on. sure there's nothing impeding it on the sides. And there we go again. Let's try that. I'm going to run real quick while you guys are sitting here watching. Run real quick and grab some oil. Alright guys, back with the oil. I'm going to hit a little bit of oil on here. It really is smooth. Not too much, just enough. We'll see if we can get this damn thing to work. Okay, so first things first. This goes in there. Alright, we got the bottom pin in. So now, I'm going to go ahead and flick this. I don't know if you can see those. That's the bottom of the spring. Flick it, and there's the top of the spring. Get that ready. Go and take that top pin, and we're going to start the top pin just enough. Get that extractor reinstalled. And there we go. So now for the spring, you want to push down on that spring, pushing that pin, and there we go. Spring's in the proper grooves. Everything looks the way it's supposed to be. Go and test fire it. Yeah, it's all ready to go. Okay. Now we're going to put this trigger grouping back inside of the receiver. Let's put the 2 pins in. 1 pin down. Second pin. There we go. Alright guys, so we got it all back together. Now, this is the second time that I took that apart and regrind it. So let's see if this locks back. And remember, the bolt does not lock back on its own. You got to push down on that lever. Push down on that lever and it locks itself. Well, let's go ahead and see what it does. So I'm going to keep my hand away from that lever, as you can see. Ta-da! Let's try it again, just in case that was luck. Lock it. Keep my hand away from that lever, just like every other gun, like the Ruger Mini 14, AK-47, any other rifle that's a semi-auto that does that. Release it. There we go. Alright, so there it is. That's how you do it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. This is the Ruger Charger 1022, and this is the one that I said in that SBR video that I'm going to be turning into a full-size with the Archangel kit. So that'll just be one other upgrade that'll make this more like a real rifle, or like a higher-end rifle. Because this thing, I don't know why Ruger does that. I know it is for safety. It's for safety reasons that you're loading a bullet. You know you're intentionally loading it when you release that lock bolt. So I guess I can understand why they do it, especially since there's so many younger kids with 1022s. But there you go. That's how you do it. Feel free to ask questions, like I said. And this is Chad from CNR Reviews. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.